As a real estate agent, would you take on a listing for a vendor to sell their property if they didn't want to spend anything on marketing? If they gave you zero budget to market their property, how are you going to get them top dollar? How are you going to get them that optimum price that they pressurize you to achieve for them? Well, today we're talking about marketing budgets, and specifically I'm going to look at what you should be spending as a real estate agent on your own brand for this year. Okay, so most agents will be looking to ask their vendors for a 2% budget based on the value of the property in terms of what they need to market that property. Now, if we switch the tables and look at you and say you're a 500,000 GCI agent, you want to make sure that you keep at that revenue level. Well, if we use that 2%, that would equate to $10,000. Now, that's not really enough. If you think about the property campaigns, they are really short-run campaigns to get, big exposure for that property, get a number of people interested in that property, and then it turns over and it's sold. That's not really enough for a full annual budget to promote you as an agent. So I was doing some research and I came across the Deloitte report where they surveyed a number of Australian small businesses and they asked them what they were spending to promote themselves in the digital world. Now, interestingly, the stats showed that those people that were spending between 7 to 8% on their digital marketing activities and brand building activities saw an increase of 20% revenue. Now, if we go back to our scenario with the 500K, ideal income, then 8% is actually more like $40,000 that you would apply to your digital marketing and your brand over the course of a year. And if you did that based on Deloitte's survey results, you could be looking at potentially a 20% increase in your revenue, making you move up the ladder more to that 600,000 GCI, which means you could take on staff and start heading further up the ladder to become $1 million agent or a $2 million agent. So do I think that $40,000 is a good budget for an individual agent to spend on themselves over the course of a year? I think it's a pretty good starting point. I personally spend more than that marketing my brand and my name. And I look at it that, you've got to take yourself seriously. Is this your career? Are you wanting to build your brand? Are you in this for the long haul? Well, if you are, then it's a well worth investment that you should make. Can you do it for less than this? Yeah, you can, but it will result in you doing a lot of it yourself, what I call DIY marketing. It's not really dollar productive, it's not a good use of your time, and it results in you being taken away from what you should be doing, which is listing and selling. So if you'd like to read more about marketing budgets and what you can do for what different dollar amounts, have a read of my blog, which I've linked below. And if you'd like to have a chat, we're always available to talk. See you next time.